2018. Today we have the third day that is called Fundraising Day. I would like to say thank you to the Embassy of Poland in Minsk, and especially thanks to Anna. She has kindly well, Hanna has helped to invite very valuable speakers from Poland, so they have arrived to our event. So this is a direct trip from Poland to Belarus to attend our event. So we have here Eliza Kruczkowska. Well, she is Innovation Development Director of Polish Development Fund. Her presentation will be devoted to describing those directions related to how startups in Poland are established and what way they move, how they attract funds and on. And we have the second VIP guest, Maciej Sadowski. Well, he's the president of the board of Startup Hub Poland. So those startup teams that came to our event have to be very happy because now they have an opportunity to talk to these valuable speakers, well, and get some input from them to their projects. So it is extremely important. And now I would like to invite Eliza. You're very welcome to come. So, Eliza, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Press this button. Maybe you need some kind of assistance.
Hello, everybody. Just gonna grab some water. So, my name is Eliza. I'm gonna speak in English. I'm really sorry I can't speak Russian, but actually, hopefully, in the future, I might improve. So, my name is Eliza, and I'm a Chief Innovation Officer at Polish Development Fund, which is a development bank of Poland, new institution that was created 2 years ago, and we do huge investment. We build roads, bridges, and invest in the local government, in the infrastructure. But as well, one of our core thing is to invest in startups and in all these new young tech companies. And today I was asked to talk about the program that I'm leading in the name of the Polish government called Start in Poland. Just to give you a quick background, what I have done before, I was the CEO of the biggest startup organization called Startup Poland. It's an association of startups in our country, which was focused on lobbying to the Polish government and teach politicians why tech entrepreneurship is so important. So, while we were lobbying to the politicians, I remember a few years ago being in the government, talking to some important people. They look at me like, what do you mean by those startups? Like, why this is so important? They were looking at me as a crazy person. But after a while, they understood that being an entrepreneur is not only to run, I don't know, a bakery or run a shop, but you have lots of e-commerce shops, or you have lots of applications or software solutions that are bringing as well some money to the government. So after many years of discussions with them, we have launched 2 years ago a program called Start in Poland, which is the largest program in Central Eastern Europe in terms of financial support for these young entrepreneurs. And basically, by Start in Poland, we call everything what the government is doing to support startups, because they get some funding from venture capital, but as well they can access to some accelerators, and they can get a help from the mentors that as well the public side is supporting. That's the Prime Minister of Poland. He's ex-banker, Mr. Morawiecki, who really gets the business. He understands the young people, and he actually said that the Polish economy needs to be more innovative, and that's why he was really supporting this program. So basically, we are planning to invest within next 5 years in Poland 2.8 billion of Polish zloty, and we are planning to set up, build the whole ecosystem. Maybe I'm going to stand here, it's going to be easier. To build the whole ecosystems, give people the tech tools, give them financial support, and as well help those local companies to go abroad and scale their businesses to other countries. There's a website, it's as well in English, called startup.pfr.pl, where you can see the whole broad offer that we have prepared for startuppers. It's in English, and you can, I don't know how it works in Belarus, but in Poland we have plenty of different institutions. One is supporting from the financial side, another is supporting entrepreneurship. So we decided to collect the whole offer, and I think that was the first time that the government behaved more like an e-commerce, meaning that you can go to this website and select a kind of a service or a product that the government is offering you. And we divided on this website the whole offer into 3 parts. And perhaps when you think about startup, it's mostly the development of startup looks the same. You firstly have an idea. You have an idea that you work on. Then you set up a company and you start having first clients. And while you up and running, then you are maybe ready for a global expansion. So basically on this idea, growth or expansion level, we have a special offer. As well, that's the actually screen from the website. So we ask people what they need. Do they need financing? They have just an idea? They have a solution for big companies, or they have a prototype, or they want to scale globally. And as well, we made another program because when Prime Minister was going all around Poland talking about the Start in Poland program, there was lots of people saying, I'm a student, I don't have a company yet, but I have a business idea, let me try. So we set up this program called Dobry Pomysł, which means good idea. So everyone who has a business idea can go online and use 500 characters to submit this idea. And we have a group of business advisors and industry experts who verify if this idea is not too crazy, or because very often there are some crazy ideas. But we help these people to either set up a company, write a business plan, or prepare a pitch deck, which is a presentation for the investor. And so far, we have started that in October 2017. We have already 600 ideas submitted in the portal, so it's very successful. On the top of that, the second stage of the growth stage, very often startups need some help to grow. So we have set up last year 10 acceleration program. Who knows what this acceleration program is? Okay, one. I got from two people. So acceleration program is kind of a school for entrepreneurs, where young entrepreneurs are entering with their business idea. They work for 3, 4, 5, 6 months with experts, normally with people who already run a company, who can help them with marketing, who can help them with sales, who can help them with business model. And very often during this short time of 6 months, the company is getting this kind of fast development that normally would take 2 years if they would do it by themselves. So we have set up 10 acceleration programs. One was focused on fintech, one was focused on energy solution, and we invited big Polish companies, but not only Polish, we have as well some international companies that are based in Poland, to work with these acceleration programs, because we believe that Polish traditional business needs to be as well innovative. So imagine that, so you have these three players, the big company that have some challenges, for example, logistic challenges, or they're looking for some solutions. And then accelerator is addressing this need to the market, saying that, okay, we're looking for startup that can help Polish post office to improve the distribution of letters all around the country. And then the startup is bringing the solution and helping this big company to be more innovative. And of course, thanks to this contract, having such a big client, startup is getting richer, which at the end, everything comes to make the company grow. So, so far we have 10 accelerators, 32 big companies that collaborate with these accelerators, and 223 startups took part in the last year program. So my dream is that if every year we could make such a program and every year produce 223 startups, it would be great pipeline for future investment. As well, we started to be more present outside of Poland. That's a picture of Web Summit. I don't know if you know this conference. It's the biggest tech conference in Europe. It was before in Dublin, now it's in Lisbon. I know that they're planning to move this conference to another country in 2019. But it's very important to go abroad and show the brand of your country. And as well for the entrepreneurs, it's very often important to talk to another tech entrepreneurs from all over the world. And I think one of the biggest work we have done last year was to set up these 5 programs, and today is the Venture Day, so we actually gonna support this 2.9 billion of Polish zloty to the market within the next 5 years through these 5 programs. So basically, my organization is a fund of fund, meaning that we are like kind of a bank where we don't do direct investment, but we are looking for venture capital firms that have an experience in investing in startups, and depends on the program. We either invest 80% of the money and the 20% is from the private sector, and we create a joint venture VC fund, or we give 50% of public money and another 50% comes from the private investor. So basically, we last year were going all around Europe talking about these programs, encouraging international venture capital firms to come to Poland and to invest in our country. Yesterday as well night we had a meeting with Zubr Capital, one of your, I think the biggest private equity fund that is working in Belarus, as well talking to them why not to do something Poland, like kind of cross-border between Poland and Belarus. So I really believe that those money that will be distributed on the market within the next 5 years will allow to create 1,500 companies in Poland. So while you have these leaflets on your chairs where it says there is capital, there is talent and there is capital, definitely the capital is something that we're going to be having to invest in startups. As well, we're trying to help Polish entrepreneurs to go abroad, because it's really important not to only sell. Poland is a bit bigger than Belarus, it's 38 million people, but in general, if you want to create successful companies like Maps.me or Viber, you know that you need to scale globally. So we as well are trying to help Polish startups to have a soft landing, we call it, within the innovation capitals. Like we have an office in San Francisco, we have an office in Shanghai, Toronto, where we try to help tech entrepreneurs to start from there. And we as well have a map of startup ecosystem that is present on this website that I mentioned, startup.pfr.pl. Whenever you're going to be in Poland and you're looking for a technological park or you're looking for acceleration programs, you can find everything online. Because when I said that we have a capital, I can say as well that we have a talent, because look at that. Poland has a very strong academic base with over 1.3 million of students. That's quite a significant number of people. Every year 400,000 is graduating from universities, and we have medical universities, technical universities. So this is very important when you talk about the ecosystem, because it gives you the fresh blood of workers, of young tech entrepreneurs. I'm impressed by the park that you are having here, a huge center with lots of buildings. In Poland, it works a bit differently. We don't have like a one big technological zone, but as you can see on the picture, it's spread all over the country. So far, we have 24 technological incubators, 46 business incubators. We have as well around 40 technological parks. And very important when you think about commercialization of tech solutions is the technology transfer centers, which are very close to university, and they scouting for ideas that could be put on the market. And this picture is quite significant because Poland has changed a lot during the last 10 years. Warsaw is absolutely a new city. I remember when I went there to university 15 years ago, it was dark and gray. Now it has a hipster zones, has a skyscrapers, and has lots of international companies. Why it's important? Because very often those big corporations from abroad set up R&D centers in Poland. And it's good to work in this multinational environment, because very often, and you would be surprised who in Poland is starting businesses. Very often they are not students. The majority of startup founders in Poland are people who have been working in corporation for a few years, and at the age of 30 something, with the experience from a traditional business, they decide, okay, it's time for me to have the freedom not to sell my soul to a big corporation, but to be more independent and have my own business. And I will not lie if I'm going to show how Poland has changed in terms of economical growth. We went quite well through the crisis in 2008, and I think we are now in one of the fastest growing economy in European Union. I know what I'm saying. I've been living in Spain for 3 years and observing how eager for success Polish people are. And I think that's something our region has in common. Like we have the skills. We don't have a complex anymore of being on the Eastern Europe. And that mixture of talent and this eager for success makes us, I think, more advanced than the Western countries. And look, you can as well analyze the rankings of doing business in Poland. Of course, one of the main obstacles is always bureaucracy. But now to set up a company in Poland, it takes 5 minutes and you can do everything online. When you compare the Poland ranking in doing business, in 2012 we were on the 62nd position. 2 years later, we get on the 45th place. And in 2016, we were on the 25th. And at the moment, we are on the 24th. So the growth is quite impressive. And I think there's less and less obstacles to run a business in Poland. And we have unicorns. Who knows what unicorns are? Unicorns in this kind of startup slang are the companies that are worth more than $1 billion. And I don't know if Maps.me or for sure World of Tanks already is worth more than $1 billion. But in Poland we have two companies. One as well is a video game producer. I don't know if you ever played The Witcher, but it's quite successful game worldwide. So the producer of this game is one of the unicorn. Second one is e-commerce platform called Allegro. But as well, when you analyze the certain sectors, those are examples of unicorns that may appear in Poland. And I'll be honest with you, I think 40% of Polish startups are coming from the software as a service. So we have a very good basic programmer skills, and of course as well the entry level to set up a company while you are a programmer is much lower. Like it's so much easier to set up a software company than to create a huge hardware solution. So that's why we have LiveChat, DocPlanner, UXPin. Those are companies that already have offices as well in Silicon Valley, and they all present on the global market. As well, IoT, hardware, and fintech, it's a new hot topic in Poland that is very popular. And what we are trying to do is as well to help these young entrepreneurs to have a funding at the beginning of their work. So this graph shows that we're gonna have almost 900 million of euros at the institution I'm working with, Polish Development Fund. But then we have as well another institution, that National Center of Research and Development, which is focusing more on finding kind of R&D or some projects that are coming from the university, and they have almost another 400 million of euros to be invested within the next years. And we have as well just pure private funds that are willing to invest, like TDJ Pitango that collaborates with Israel, or Kulczyk Fund, which makes in total 14,000 million of Polish zloty, which is really impressive number of money. When it comes to bureaucracy that I mentioned, we have as well introduced two bills that are helping entrepreneurs to have some tax deductions and help bigger companies to have tax deductions while they're investing in innovation. So there were politicians voted for a small act of an innovation, second act on innovation, and at the moment the new Prime Minister is working on a constitution for business. It's a new document that will allow to make the business even easier. So as you see, since the beginning of the program, we were working hard to make Poland a great country to start a business with. What we're planning to do more in 2018. First thing is the Poland Prize. It will be a program for talent from abroad. As well, we're very welcome to collaborate with other technological parks from all over the world. And we're looking for talent who are willing to come to Warsaw. We invest 50,000 euro a grant for a start for a company, and help them as well to accelerate with best mentors. So that's the one thing. We are setting up as well a Pioneers School that we are planning to do with Cambridge University. We want to help as well startups to help them to find best mentors. Mentors meaning people who already had a business and have the knowledge how to run international business. And as well, we are collaborating with other agencies responsible for innovation all over Europe to exchange knowledge. I'm sure we'll be happy to do something together with Belarus. And yeah, basically that's it. I'm here for the next few hours, so if you wanna, you can drop me an email or contact me here face to face. Happy to answer all the questions. Thank you very much.